All right, thanks for tuning in, guys. This is the SLWG author series. We are here with Meredith Tate. I am Brad Cook, historian now of St. Louis Writers Guild, so that's awesome. Anyway, Missing Pieces is the book. It's just been released. Do go check it out. It's very cool. I have to tell you, I have read it, and it is very awesome. But Meredith, thanks for joining us today. Tell us a little bit about Missing Pieces.
Sure. Missing Pieces is my first published book. It just came out on March 3rd. It is a young adult crossover novel that is a dystopian romance, and it takes place in a society in which you cannot choose the person who you end up with, who you're going to marry. That crazy. Person is picked for you. What?
Oh, I like that.
Oh. That person is picked for you when you're a baby and revealed it when you're 6 years old. So you grow up kind of knowing this person who's going to be your spouse. And then you kiss the person when you turn 18, and then you get married when you turn 24. And it's kind of everything's all laid out for you. So the good news is that you don't really have to think about that, but the bad news is that you also don't really get to pick the person or have any say in the person whatsoever. And the two main characters, Trace and Perrin, are a boy and a girl who grew up together down the street, and they were best friends, even though it's kind of forbidden for a boy and girl who are not assigned to each other to be friends. And they grow up and realize they have feelings for each other and have to decide how they're going to handle that and what they're going to do in this society where it's absolutely illegal for them to feel the way they do. So it's available now. You can get it on Amazon or Simon & Schuster, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, pretty much anywhere books are sold. So yeah, you should check it out if you like dystopian romance.
Most definitely should. And there's a great twist at the end. We're not going to tell you because that's mean. But do check it out. So it's the ending is quite good. So I have to ask, since you're talking to a lot of writers out here, what exactly is your writing process? Do you write every day? Do you have a set place you write every day? We're coming to you from a coffee house. We're actually going to be writing in a bit. But beyond that, where do you write?
So I write full-time now. It's my job. I set a schedule for myself. Usually I spend a lot of time writing at my kitchen table. I do have a desk that is currently covered in piles of paper and junk that is not my work. Yes, exactly. So I write at the kitchen table. Usually twice a week I come into my favorite coffee shop, Caldi's, and do writing here. I usually my process is to just set aside a time every day to do it, and that's what I do in terms of writing.
Do you have a plot, or do you have a plot planned out, or do you just kind of sit down and go for it? So
for every single book I write, I am a total plotter, but kind of in varying degrees of being a plotter. I always have something. Either it's like a 3-paragraph pitch that's just basically the plot, kind of back cover copy before I start writing. That was what Missing Pieces was. It started as just a 3-paragraph pitch of an idea, but some of my more, complex stories I'm working on, I have to just map the entire thing out, where I make a chapter-by-chapter outline and write exactly what happens in every chapter, what needs to be revealed in every chapter. Otherwise, I would get horribly confused. And my outline does tend to change a lot as I write, but it always starts as something before it's a book.
That's cool. No, a lot of writers are like that. So, I have to ask, do you have a favorite literary character? Somebody who's inspired you over the years, or maybe just somebody you love to read and go back to and read again?
Probably there's a lot of characters, but I would have to be a huge nerd and say Sirius Black in Harry Potter is my favorite character. I love him, and I try not to give spoilers. I will not finish that statement. So.
Yes. It's so true. It's hard not to speak. But yes, okay, great character. I agree. So, then I have to ask, and we ask this of everyone in the SLWG author series, your first line, your last line of Missing Pieces, which one was easier to write? First line or last line?
The last line was so easy to write. The last line, I think, has been the same since draft 1, and before I started submitting this book to publishers, I rewrote it 8 times, and then since then it's been rewritten probably 3 more times before it became a book. And that last line never changed. The first line changed like 40,000 times. The first line to me is so hard because you have to really pull the reader in right away. I know for me, if I pick up a book off the shelf and open it up, and if I'm not pulled in, I pick up the next one at the bookstore. And I think it's really, really tough to kind of grab somebody from the first line, whereas the last line, if they make it to the last line, they have already read the whole book, so not a whole lot of pressure on the last line as much as the first line.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. This has been great. I hope you guys have enjoyed meeting Meredith Tate, and this is her book,
thank you for
Missing
having
Pieces,
me.
so do check that out. We'll have all the links below you right there. Thanks so much, and everyone else, have a great day.
Bye.